Hi, welcome to EDSC 562. This is College and Career Development for School Counselors. In this class and course, we'll be studying the school counselor's role from TK to 12th grade for college and career tiered supports of system. We're going to develop a knowledge of graduation requirements, the college counseling process, the college admissions procedures, and we will also understand the job market, other postgraduate options such as career and technical education. My name is Professor Bobo. I've been teaching here in Concordia University since the inception of the school counseling program, which began in 2011. I've had the opportunity to teach all of the courses here, and I've had a wonderful time doing so. So that's a little bit about myself. In this course, you will have 5 assignments. The 5 assignments will go over the span of the 8 weeks. Our first assignment will begin we'll be due week 2. And during week 2, we're going to talk about college career counseling and development. So after you finish all of your readings, you're going to, in a written narrative, describe your personal college and career development process. We're going to use the APA guidelines and formatting, which you can find under the resources section in your on your Canvas. What you're going to do is make sure that you have citations and support your narrative comments and use a reference page. Your narrative response will be to the information such as describing your work history, beginning with your childhood jobs and opportunities, how you made college and career educational choices, and who assisted you with that process. What were your career dreams and were they discarded, if any, and why? We'd also like you to discuss in this narrative factors that influenced your college and career path. Questions are, what are some internal factors that limited or expanded your choices? What steps did you or will you take to overcome any obstacles in your college and career path? And were you guided in navigating your college requirements? And where did you go to find the A through G requirements? Some other options that you can explore while writing this assignment is explore post-secondary options students should be aware of when thinking about life after high school, and explore the following through, though you're not limited to this, career and technical education pathways. What are those? Military entrance requirements and Job Corps. So these are things that you can include in this narrative. And finally, we'd like you to include in your narrative essay an impact on you as a school counselor. So, how will this course impact you as a future school counselor? How can college and career counseling be applied to TK through 12th grade levels, and explain your reasoning? So we do need to make sure that you have used references and citations as you're talking about your narrative experience and as you go through these various things. Our second assignment is our college and career article review, and this is due week 3. So you're going to select one of the following articles that's listed on the assignment page and review it as it relates to career counseling. So there are 3 links to those articles, and you're going to prepare a well-written summary of the article using APA format, guidelines, and citations. In this paper, you will include the title of the article, name of the publication, date of the article, and also the authors. You're going to summarize the research that was presented in the article, and then your personal reflection about the implication for school counseling as discussed in the article. Please also include practical applications to the school counseling, the value of it, leadership and collaboration skills that are required to implement it, and challenges that a school counselor may face. Remember to always include subheadings as part of your APA format. The subheadings will also help keep you focused to include all of the questions that are required and that are part of the rubric in giving the assignment. So that helps you to guide yourself. Like, did I include this question? That should be a subheading. The next question. And obviously, the title of the subheading is what you would like to call it. It could be past, it could be future, as you're going through your various assignments. Assignment 3 is our web-based integrated career planning system. This is due week 4. The assignment is worth 15 points for part 1 and part 2. So the total points for the assignment is 30 points. So 15 points for part 1 and 15 points for part 2. So guidance counselors need to have experience with the use of various technology tools that are available for career counseling and development. During this assignment, you're going to use hands-on experience using any web-based career assessment of your choice. There are so many free resources on the internet. So please, there's no need to purchase an assessment. You're going to complete at least 2 web-based assignments before completing 1A and 1B. So the first thing is to find it. They have career assessment, interest inventory assessments, and a lot of these are available for free online. After you completed and found 2 web-based career assessments, you're going to write a written narrative essay in APA format with citations, and you're going to respond to the following questions. What assessment did you choose to complete? Discuss the ease and use of any difficulties you encountered. What were your results? Discuss the value of your career assessment that's available to students. In part B, you're going to select a scenario that is listed on the assignment page and look for ways to meet career guidance objectives that design to expose students to a large number of career options and motivate them to explore these. Assume that you have had approval to assign students to a laboratory setting that would assess, and you can choose to meet the criteria and how. So you have 3 scenarios there, and you're going to take a look at those scenarios, and then you're going to respond to that. Our 4th assignment is student plan. So this is career development for a middle or high school student. This is due week 6. So after completing your reading and review of the relative resources that were assigned, you're going to select either a middle school student or a high school student to interview for this particular assignment. You're going to develop a 2 to 3 page, well-written narrative using the APA guidelines with citations and in-text citations and references that respond to the questions that are listed below. Please do not just list the questions and the answers that the person has given. What you're doing is writing a narrative, so you're going to write it in a story format. When asked these questions, the student hesitated, wasn't sure of the answer, and stated, and you can quote them, but you're summarizing that information. So in part A, of the interview topics, you're going to give us a brief background of your student, what occupations he or she thinks that are possible for him or her, whether there are any occupations that are not possible and why, what occupations your interviewee would choose if they could choose anything, and explore with your interviewee what they think is attractive about that particular occupation. In part B, you're going to respond to these following questions. Have your interviewee complete at least 2 career assessments and go over the results with them. Choose one career result to research with the interviewee. Things to consider: what education is required, what is the job prospect, what is the median salary, and set 3 short-term and 3 long-term goals with them. And then in part C, you're going to provide a brief personal reflection of this assignment. Discuss any key learning that occurred for you and how this assignment helps you in your development for future counselors. So that same assessment that you took for yourself could be applicable for that particular student. And so you want to make sure that, maybe since it's free, you're using that for that student, and you're going to kind of work with them to put a plan together and make those short-term, long-term goals, go over and select a particular occupation that they qualify for, and that would be good for them based on the assessment, and then discussing some of those things with them. It's also great to choose like a relative so that you could get started on that right away. Someone that you have access to. And again, this needs to be a middle or high school student. Okay, so we're leaving out our elementary friends at this time. Our final assignment is a group assignment, and I will make sure that you are placed in groups during the first week. I will email the group list to you. I'm going to place you in groups of 2 or 3, depending on the number of students that are enrolled in the course. And you're going to develop a college and career guidance curriculum. It needs to be for middle or high school. The principal has asked you to develop a proposal for implementing a 5-day career guidance curriculum for middle or high school students that they can take to the superintendent for approval and adoption by the Board of Education. The curriculum is to be based on specific demographics of your schools, theoretical research principles, and provide opportunities for students to identify career interests, skills, and include all stakeholders in the developmental process. Your group will select either middle or high school grade level for your curriculum proposal, and you'll present this proposal to the class during our final live session, which is week 7. And this is going to be in APA format, along with the 5-day lesson plan. You're going to use the lesson plan that are on the assignment page that are connected to our SCA, all right? And then you can use the California Career Resource Network as your primary source to develop the curriculum, right? So this is giving you practice on how you would create a 5-day lesson plan that you would give to either middle or high school students, and that you would present to them to prepare them for career guidance and college guidance. So it could be on college or career. And I'll go into a little bit more detail and give you examples of this and examples of lesson plans that I've created with my elementary students in 5th grade. All right. So in your paper, you're going to write a brief description of the demographics of your school population and any specific diverse issues that must be addressed by the career guidance curriculum to make it meaningful for your students. We have all different types of learners. So for me, it's about including, the diversity in being able to complete the assignment. So everybody isn't going to write a paper because not everybody might be able to come up with that information. So how am I going to deliver the lesson so that everybody has an opportunity to participate? You're also going to include the specific grade level at which the curriculum is going to be implemented. So we said middle school, are you going to do it 6, 7, or 8? We said high school, are we going to do it 9, 10, 11, or 12, right? We're going to list the committee members and their roles that will assist you guys with the development of the curriculum, a description of at least one career guidance development theory. Those are listed in the book. We'll go over those theories as we go through the course. And a description of the student activities, lesson plans, media, resources that will be used during each of the 5 days. That's going to all be listed on your lesson plan. So once you complete your lesson plan, all materials, PowerPoints, and all those will be attached as this is a group assignment. So together we will work on, together you guys will work on the paper, and then also together you guys will create the 5-day lesson plan. That 5-day lesson plan should make sense. So from start to finish, we're connecting the assignments so that we're building upon the assignments in teaching, college, or career. Again, using the resource, California Career Network resource, that's where you can get some lesson plans. Taking and adapting a lesson plan is totally fine. You want to get some ideas, but you also want to make sure that you are addressing your population. So no one is expecting you to come up with something from scratch. Obviously, we're using the resources that are available to us. For the lesson plans and student activities selected, you only have to include the live links. So like if you are using the live links, go ahead and put them in there. You don't have to retype any of the ones that you selected that are already available. So again, if you're going to use that one, you say day 1, click the link, and then we go to it. But if you're going to create something, you're going to create it on the lesson plan format. Okay. And then you're going to use the sample ASCA lesson plan. And that's the 5th edition template. That is very important that we use the 5th edition because we have adopted our new lesson plan in 2025. You're going to tie your activities to the ASCA student standards. And then your curriculum outline needs to be developed for 5 specific days with all the necessary developments. So again, you're going to put this in APA format, attaching lesson plans, attaching links, and it has it in the format that they want you. Part 1, a brief abstract of the paper. Part 2, a description of the demographics and specific grade level. Part 3, list of the committee members. Part 4, the specific career counseling and development theory that was studied. Part 5, an identification of the activities, lesson plans, media that will be used during each of the 5 days. And then personal reflection to the value and purpose of activity as part of this. So this will have paper plus the lesson plans. Make sure that you include that as well. Your group will turn in 1 paper, and you can divvy up how you'll present it during our week 7 lesson. When you're doing your presentation, it does not require that you have an additional PowerPoint. Maybe you'd like to show some important features that you use. If you'd like to create a PowerPoint, that's fine. But if not, you just take turns going over different parts as described in what you learned. That will be awesome as well. And just kind of highlighting the activities. All right, so that is your 4 assignments for this course. We look forward to you I look forward to meeting you on week 1. Please make sure that you log in and become familiarized with the assignments that are due, the due dates, and I will see you during week 1. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.